Four and a half. We actually tried recording this earlier and it didn't work out, so we're here a few days later. Trying to make it do what it does.
All right, so it's Uncut Melanin episode 4, and got D and Pat here, ready to do some what we do.
Yep. So it's the 2 days before Christmas. I'm sitting here looking at this beautiful ass Christmas tree in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, you know they good for barbecue and tacos.
I'm telling you, American as you can be. The temperature is like in the 40s right now.
In the 40s.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that it's supposed to hit like at least 60 or 59 Christmas Eve, and then back to normal over here in South Florida. So.
Oh, you need a nice little cold front for the holiday.
A little something.
What's the weather like over there? I heard like Fort Lauderdale Airport was like flooded.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but with all the old construction, like a lot of pipes in Fort Lauderdale have been just going out of control. Like everything is getting flooded, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's due time for some new construction. So
I feel you. Listen, I started trying out this new lotion, and I can't stop feeling my shoulder because it feels so nice and soft. It's called what the hell is that shit called? I don't remember. I'm gonna link it in the YouTube.
Well. Hope it's a promotion that get paid. All right.
Oh, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta start somewhere.
Definitely.
We need an audience first. So it's Christmas. You celebrate Christmas?
I partake in the gathering.
Yeah.
Of family, for sure.
You believe in Christmas?
I believe in a Lord and a greater being.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I believe in every single story that's out there, but yeah.
Yeah.
In the midst of all the stories, there has to be some truth within it.
Yeah, for real. I agree. So I've been doing some Christmas shopping because, for me, Christmas is like more about the kids having, the surprise. They get their gifts, they enjoy being together with family, It's really a nice thing to watch them experience it.
Oh, definitely. And when you see the look on their faces, it definitely brings that, okay, this is what it's for.
Right.
Now, for me, when it comes to the driving, the packed stores, I could do less of that any day. I hate it. I hate like the commotion, all the crazy ass driving. Like it's too much. I'd rather do all my shop. Like I always try to tell myself I'm gonna do all the shopping way before Christmas comes, so that I don't have to do it. And then I ended up still having to. Like even today, I was out there, mad annoyed, just being out there. Like what was I at Best Buy looking up stuff, and I'm like, the things that I wanted was out of stock. Like I couldn't get it right. But I ended up just taking little man out there and him picking what he wanted. So
okay, what did he end up getting?
Ended up getting a TV.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, so he wants he wanted to upgrade.
I want a TV.
Right? Got you. I'm gonna file you for my taxes too. Get this paperwork in before the taxes come around. Yeah, daughter. Anyways, it's the whole commotion about the holidays. It's a strategic plan to get everybody to spend that cash, and they get us way before Christmas even comes. Like, I think Thanksgiving warms us up.
Yeah, right.
It gets us nice and
Black Friday.
broiled. Yeah, exactly. Seasoned up, and then they throw the Christmas in, and boom, they out there.
Yeah, because I know initially, like at this time of year, like before there was religion and all this, people is when the sun is at the lowest point in the horizon, and it stays there for 3 days, and then it'll rise on the 25th. So like from the 22nd, 23rd, the 23rd, 24th, 25th, it starts moving back up on the horizon. The 25th, the winter solstice itself is when you have the shortest daylight hours, the shortest daytime of the year, and then the longest night. So that's where it all started. I think, people started exchanging gifts because in winter time, people have already done their harvest or whatever, so they have their stocks or whatever, and people get together because there's nothing else to do. You're in the winter.
Right.
You're in the cold. What else are you gonna do? I'm trying not to say so much. Sorry, guys. But yeah. So
but I know the Egyptians definitely had their own version, where original holiday seasons started, and there wasn't no winter. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure there wasn't no winter solstice in Egypt.
In the desert,
Right. And I'm pretty sure there was exchanges of some sort of gifts, and it's transcended to where we at right now. I think a lot of it has to do with profit.
Yeah.
We see all the benefits. We see all the things that it does, but it can be a little bit much.
Yeah, for real.
And then January comes around, it's like a little break. Like, all right,
you get it.
They got you seasoned up.
And then then comes Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think that one hits a little heavier because when you get like people that you can get people to buy stuff based on love, oh man, that's where the big cakes come in. You know what I mean?
I guess.
So I'm not 100% sure. I doubt you make as much money as Christmas, but yeah, you definitely hit the tearjerker with Valentine's because they get you with if you love her, you will get this. Them Zelle commercials.
Listen, I have spent way more money on my kids for Christmas than I spent on anybody for Valentine's Day.
Why is that?
Well,
you don't think it's important to spend? I'm assuming you're spending on a man as much as you would, or they would.
I guess if I was married, maybe. But even then, I don't know.
But they spent on you, right?
Yeah, I've had somebody spend quite a bit of money on me at Valentine's Day. And I spent a decent amount of money on him, too. I had gotten him a Movado watch. He had got me these diamond earrings.
Yeah.
But,
and it was something serious?
Yeah, it was something serious.
Yeah, because a lot of people, purchase certain things on Valentine's, and it could be something that's really light, and they still purchase it. And then, then there's the people that are actually in a full-fledged relationship that are, doing the couples thing. So, you have a couple of those.
Yeah, but we're going to get to the Valentine's episode in February. Right now, we're talking about spending money on Christmas. You walk to these stores, and, they're primed and set up for you to just want to purchase everything.
Yeah. from walking in to the cashier.
I'm sorry?
From walking in all the way to the cashier, they got you.
Everything is strategic. The music, this. Like, you walk into Macy's has a certain smell. Like, you walk into Nike has a certain vibe. I went to the Nike store. We went to this mall out here called the North Park Mall. Apparently it's in a very affluent area. And the Nike store was like unlike any Nike store I've ever seen. The shit was huge. And it was like just a nice vibe, yo. Like, really nice. And I
had you ready to buy 4
Yeezys, huh? I saw these $250 shoes. Like, should I? Nah, I can't do it.
They almost got you.
They almost got me. I did end up spending about $1.50 on my daughter's shoes.
Yeah.
But you know, her feet are starting to slow down, and as far as growth is concerned, so I'm hoping it lasts for a little minute. But you know, let's talk about the spending. Like, I got my kids just 2 gifts this year. Usually I'd buy a bunch of stuff so they have a whole bunch of stuff to open, but you know, I'm trying to get caught up in the hype of the consumerism. We get caught up, and then people like end up going broke for Christmas, trying to please
the masses, right?
Exactly. Trying to be like, oh, I bought this, and you're thinking, you know, you just end up like digging yourself into a hole. So we want to talk about spending and how to, you know, curb the urge to want to, you know, participate in this consumerism society.
And I think one thing is just like what I was saying that I would normally try to do is like prepare ahead of time. If you know you're going to be spending such a large amount of money in one period of time, you know, if you got it, do it. But if you don't, you know, prepare yourself ahead of time, because a lot of people tend to balance out, what am I going to spend on this, or am I going to spend on utilities? Like, if you're doing that, then you shouldn't be buying the gift. Like, pay your utilities and pay your bills before anything, because you don't want to be asked out later. And you're looking at what you could have paid for your utilities or your mortgage or whatever the hell you balancing on what you should. Like, it shouldn't be like that at all.
Real, yeah. Make sure you take care of home first, most definitely.
Definitely, because them gifts gonna be sitting there and you're gonna be asked out. So I would advise always take care of what you got to do.
My best friend, shout out to Crystal Trinidad. My best friend, she and her partner, they have been buying Christmas gifts basically all year. So she doesn't, because she can't stand, she doesn't really like the shopping when there's the whole big crowds and having to maneuver through all that for the holiday season. So she decided that, like, she's just going to start buying things throughout the year. And she just has all her gifts. All she has to do is wrap them and give them out now. So I thought it was very, very smart of her. And I don't know if I want to take a page out of the book, because I'm a bit of a procrastinator at times. But I do think I'm going to try to get Christmas shopping started a little bit earlier. I don't know about for the whole year.
Man, probably 6 months, you know.
Like my kid's birthday is June,
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. Definitely could work. It gives you an advantage of just being more comfortable and just not being out there. You know, you see all types of crap going on out there. And one thing is, that's where them Jack Boys be at. People don't understand the Jack Boys is people are looking for people that are out here shopping here and there. And, you got to be careful out there. Also, like, it's not hunky-dory out there. It's like, you got to be careful, because people are looking for an advantage.
Yeah.
And so it's all of that you got to deal with during the holidays.
And to counter these things. Like, one of the things we came up with was, like we said, to try to shop a little earlier. Second thing is the time of day you go shopping. Like, don't wait until it's like the afternoon, because that's when everybody's out there. Like, you go early morning, or you can go like a little bit later in the evening. I know certain stores are open late; they have later hours. But I think the early morning is your best bet for avoiding the rush, and you'll be able to take your time and actually shop and enjoy your shopping experience. Yeah. What else can people do, Pat, to, keep the holidays nice and peaceful?
Well, you can minimize things. One thing that, is corny, but, gift cards always work. And, gift cards are cash. Like, hey, it takes the strain of looking for something great. And it may be a little corny, but I think it helps sometimes.
It's a little impersonal. Like, if you are giving me a gift card, you have to be like a coworker or classmate. You can't be my friend or my boyfriend giving me no damn gift card. Like, unless it's like $1,000 gift card.
Unless it's 1,000, it gotta be a stack.
In that case, you might as well just give me the cash.
Okay, that's funny.
Like,
unless it's 1,000, I got it.
No.
Put that in the notes.
So, but the gift cards are really good sometimes too. Like, as an addition, like a little stocking stuffer. Put a little $50 gift card or whatever. Or $20, $10, whatever you got. I always like iTunes gift cards. I'm an Apple user.
Definitely the Amazon gift cards probably work as well.
Oh, Amazon, Amazon is addicting. I'll take an Amazon gift card any day.
I'm telling you, when you look at it, when it comes to shopping, if you're doing it right, you definitely don't even have to go nowhere. You get everything that you're looking for. I was looking for the Oculus, the new gaming virtual reality. They had none. All of it was gone. And I waited and waited when I hit Amazon up earlier, and had this purchase instead of trying to go to the store and try to get my hands on it before. So, I guess I have to get it later on in the year of 2020, so I can't complain. Say that again.
What are you doing on Christmas Day? What are your plans?
Christmas Day, you just chill with the family, eat some food, relax, drink, and just catch a vibe, just relax. And when I said it earlier, I was like, I'm not going in depth with what the religion is, but I definitely enjoy the time spent with, friends and family.
Right. It's like everybody has the day off. People you don't regularly see because they're working or schooling or whatever. You get a chance to see them and just kick it with everyone. I think that's one of the most special things, is everybody being together.
Right.
Yeah.
You definitely don't have to go hard nose of what it is and where they come from. I think it's just take your time to spend. If you don't have a family like that, take time to reflect on what's going on with you, and it pretty much works like that.
That's perfect, and that's what the winter solstice, a lot of the non-traditional spiritual beliefs, that's what the winter solstice is about. It's about self-reflection and being kind to yourself and planning for the future.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah, and like the house I'm staying in, I have 5 kids here. Then I have 3 boys and 2 girls that are sleeping over here. But the other day, another 5 came over, and
so it's 10 kids.
I had 10 kids in the house, and it was like it's like a beautiful chaos. They were all playing and eating and trying to make sure they all get fed and showered and in bed. It was like, it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah, time spent is definitely where you want to be with the holidays. And once it's done, getting prepared for the New Year's is just rolling in. I've seen a lot of families come down here from like Canada. Down here, a lot of Canadians come down here for the winter anyway. A lot of people come down from New York.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Say that again.
What are you doing on Christmas Day?
Take your time to spend. If you don't have
the house I'm staying in, like I have 5 kids here. And then
oh yeah, definitely.
And then because people have been out all day, they also spending money on eating out, and there's a lot of things to consider.
Hey, I already did the grocery shopping earlier. That's a little bit more easier. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I should have been on the jump with the gifts, but what can you do? Next year I'll be on the ball and see how that works.
Yeah.
So anything else happening?
Anything else? I just had some punch creme, which is like this drink with like milk and rum and cherry brandy. And
where is that from?
This is something we make in Trinidad. I'm from Trinidad. We make it. It's something that they make every year at Christmas time. And normally there's eggs in it, but we stopped using eggs years ago. We've been using pumpkin, and it tastes just as good. And I'm going to bring you a bottle back.
All right, bet. Sounds good. In Trinidad, do they celebrate the same way here?
I don't think so. I mean, there's not really. We have like carolers. We have something called parang. Like there's like Trinidad was ruled by almost every country, every colonial country at some point. Not everyone, but the main ones: Britain, Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands. But so there's a heavy Spanish influence around this time of year, and they have what they call people. They have like the maracas and the cuatro, and they go from house to house singing different songs. And the songs is not like the slow carolers of the Americas of America, but it's like this sounds like soca almost, like happy Christmas music, and people are drinking and eating food, and it's really a nice time when the parent comes to your house. It's like you have a party for a good hour and a half, and then they go on their way.
You mean that they knock on your door and they out there for an hour?
Yeah, they knock on the door.
Singing.
No, yeah, and you're supposed to bring them out. You offer them food and drink, and they will sing and time. The neighbors will come over, and it's really, really nice. What else?
Well, by the 10th door after food and drinks, I probably wouldn't be wanting to sing. I want to be done.
Yeah, so it usually starts. They usually start that like early, like maybe November. They'll start because they're not going to every house every day. They probably do 1 or 2 houses a day. It's you definitely don't want to be drinking at every house because you won't be able to stand up.
That's what's up. Like, just me growing up in New York, initially dealing with the winter, and I think the winter definitely brings a more holiday feel compared to like the South. Just remembering like the snow, the Christmas trees, just going out there, seeing everybody. It just has a different effect. I could be totally wrong, but in New York, Christmas feels a whole lot different than anywhere.
Yeah.
But I'll take South Florida any day because that cold is only good for a couple of days, and I'm like, it's a wrap. I'm good. Yeah. Turn it off. Turn it off.
I've definitely spent a couple Christmases in New York. It's definitely, the first Christmas I spent in New York, I was about 13 years old. I came from Trinidad. I got in a car. We drove straight to New York. So I went from like extreme heat to extreme cold. And
yeah, that's definitely a shocker right there.
And but it was also my first time going to New York and remembering it, and it was just, everything was cold. It had the old house, these like old time looking houses, and how they have. My family stayed out in Long Island.
I was about to say, you was in the Bronx?
No, everybody be making fun of Long Island, but whatever. I was in like Uniondale, Hempstead area. And like snow on the buildings, and it's a whole different vibe, so I get it. But I've been in South Florida for so long that I definitely appreciate our little 60-degree.
For real.
60-degree.
A little paradise, a little AC weather.
Yeah. For real. Yeah.
Well, that's what's up. I was definitely seeing, we had touched on the women, the black women in the pageants, and the numbers still keep on going. I think Mrs. France also won.
Oh yeah, Miss World.
Miss World. I think one of them was a woman from Jamaica, which is beautiful too.
And really pretty. I mean, they're all beautiful, Maybe I'm just biased to Caribbean people.
Right.
But
praise the island people, yeah. But yeah, they're all beautiful.
Yeah, they're all gorgeous women, and that's what's up. And they're like making an impact and showing that beauty comes in all shapes and all shades and all different looks. I know Miss South Africa, who was Miss Universe, she was saying that, I watched her interview with Trevor Noah, and she was saying that she came from one of the poorest parts of South Africa, and like just having the other people that are there see her, work hard and make something of herself, because these beauty pageants are hard work, believe it or not, like they're a lot of hard work, and she did it with her natural hair. And when they asked her, asked her if she was going to put a wig on, she was like, no, why? That's not me. Like, this is just my hair. Nothing against people that wear, put extensions in.
Shout out to the lace fronts.
Right. Because, I got one or two in my closet myself. But I just think it was so special how she was just like, I'm going to do this as 100% me, like my hair. And I thought, and she's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful spirit. And I just really appreciate that. And I think one or two most of the women had their hair natural. Most of the ones that won.
I think it's important because I think we as people of color always have gotten backlash for all the things that identify or define us, like our hair, our color, our different shades.
Features, yeah.
Right. And, at the end of the day, these are the same things that they try to mimic. So to see somebody glorifying all that is her and actually is confident and standing tall in a pageant that is not really built for us is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
And to see so many winning all at once, which I hope there's not any backlash later on.
We're not going to wait for another 50 years.
Yeah, this a wrap. You never seeing this again. It's like Obama syndrome. You never seen another black president for another generation. Wow. I'll take it now. I'm glad if I never see it again, I'm glad I witnessed it. So
yeah, for real.
Yeah. But being that, you'll see more people push themselves to want to be in a pattern like that because they see faces that are similar to them.
Right.
Because I grew up, rarely did you ever see the pageants were predominantly Caucasian women, and you know, and no knocks to them because there were always beautiful women in the pageants, but just never really something that you can see a young lady looking up to necessarily, because you don't see something that matches what she looks like. How can she identify with herself for somebody that has no kind of features or anything that she could compare to herself?
Right, exactly.
So, shout outs to the pageant.
Yeah, shout outs to the pageant, and you know, anyone that wants to pursue it. You know, some people have their different opinions about pageants, like, oh, it's misogynistic, or it's like objectifying women and all of this. But I've done a couple pageants myself, and trust me, these women they work hard as hell in doing everything and getting the routines down and practicing your speeches and what you're wearing, and like it's about yourself, and it's about you leveling up and showing that level up.
You know, I've seen that the rules are kind of out there, but I guess you sign up for whatever you sign up for. So if you don't like what the rules are, I'm pretty sure you have plenty of time to review the rules of the pageant, and then from there, like, shouldn't be any complaints later on.
Right.
You choose to be in it, you choose to be in it. Like what Dave Chappelle said, you picked my face, so don't complain about what's in my content.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, so, yeah.
What else is going
Definitely
on in the world? Ooh, sorry.
Well, you know, once again, the biggest thing that's going on is this impeachment thing. And, you know, I don't even want to touch it. Like, I'm glad they putting in some work for something that means something to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But the fight isn't over, and it's a lot of things that may happen or may not happen. So be on the lookout to see what goes on.
Yeah, I mean, I have a little bit of a different opinion when it comes to like the president of the United States and like everything, you know. But but I just wanted to be said that because the House and all agreed and impeached him doesn't mean that Congress isn't. Congress is 100% Republican, so it's not very likely that they're going to impeach this president. And on top of which, I'm actually not sure I want him to be impeached, because if he gets impeached, then Mike Pence has to step up. And Mike Pence is...
Oh boy. If Pence comes in,
it's going to be like Handmaid's Tale.
I don't know much about, but I know that he is really quiet, and the back history of the things that he has done don't seem any better. But hey, I know one thing I read. It said, in this instance, if you want to compare, if you couldn't understand what the impeachment it was like, in this instance, impeachment is you and your homeboy having all the evidence that your man is cheating. Or this is for a female, like basically saying your man is cheating. But to break up with him, you gotta convince a jury of his frat brothers who was there with him cheating that your man is a cheater.
Yeah. They'd be like, so? Ain't no fun if the homies can't have. Yeah, it's all about the money, man. And this punch of cream is in my head.
Yeah, this is the first time we've done a podcast away. You in Texas, I'm in Florida. So, you know, whatever way that it ended up it is what it is. We tried it, we did it, and we'll go from there.
It's a learning process. We're going to get better each time, and we want to thank you guys who are supporting us. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. Like, comment, subscribe, share, talk about it, be about it. Give us some feedback in the comments. We want to know if you guys come with any topics you'd like us to talk about or anything. Let us know. Oh, black business.
Most definitely.
Black business. We need a black business. You got one?
Definitely. I do have one. Let me go back to my note. It's called Pearl of the Island Cuisines. Pearl of the Island sells mostly Haitian food. It's
Haitian food.
Oh yeah, and he's doing his thing. He has so many good variety of dishes. Check him out on Instagram. It's Pearl of the Islands. He's over there in Margate, Florida. Check him out. Check him out on Instagram. That's about it. Glad we did it. We definitely got to hit up. Probably we'll try to hit you with another one before the year is over.
Before the new year, yeah. We'll get better. And thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.
Peace out.
Thank you.